for a tsunami after a major earthquake in the Pacific.
People in Hawaii have been evacuating to higher ground. A nearly 6-foot wave has been reported in Maui, a 4-foot wave in Oahu.
And a 4-foot wave also reported in Monterey, California. Overnight, with some evacuations on the coast, the quake struck off the coast of Russia, the most powerful quake since 2011, setting off widespread warnings and alerts.
Video showing the quake hitting during surgery at this hospital in Russia. We begin our coverage with ABC's Lionel Moise.
Overnight, millions along the Pacific bracing after one of the largest earthquakes in recorded history struck off the coast of Russia. Just before 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, an 8.8 magnitude earthquake striking 85 miles off the east coast of Russia. The quake prompting tsunami alerts in more than 20 countries, prompting countless coastal residents to seek higher ground. Russia, the first to feel the effects of the quake, shaking seen in the Kamchatka Peninsula, people running for cover as ceiling panels fell down at an airport. This kindergarten heavily damaged, but luckily no injuries reported. And then the water began to rush in. Video shows a coastal city being inundated. This video circulating online shows the rushing waters carrying buildings away. In Hawaii, cars filling the streets of Honolulu as residents fled to higher ground.
We're under a full tsunami alert here. If you're in a low-lying area, get yourself safe, get to higher ground.
Everyone evacuate the beach. Hawaii's famous beaches evacuated, lifeguards telling people to leave immediately. Some hotels on the islands telling guests to move to higher floors, others evacuating completely as the state braced for waves up to 10 feet.
10-foot surf wave, it's good for surfers, but a 10-foot tsunami is quite different because what that means is it's like all of sea level will rise by 10 feet above normal sea level and stay high like that for maybe 5-10 minutes before it goes back down.
Airports on the island shut down. Some planes already en route over the Pacific, turning around and heading back to the mainland.
Concern here is damage to life and property. So we've got air rescue crews standing by. There is a helicopter that has been making rounds along our south coast or is about to. Some of these areas are quite isolated, and if people made the decision to try and ride it out and they are caught up in the floodwaters, they could be swept out into the ocean when the tsunami waves recede, and we want to be available to provide assistance if that's the case.
On the west coast of the U.S., a tsunami warning issued for the California coast from Cape Mendocino north to the Oregon border, but the entire west coast on alert overnight. In Japan, residents on the eastern coast taking no chances, people seen evacuating to the tops of tall buildings. A few hours after the quake, the first waves battered Japan's coast. Local authorities warning the public that although the first waves were small, they were enough to wash people away, with bigger waves potentially following. Many of those evacuating are still haunted by the memory of the 2011 earthquake and tsunami that killed nearly 20,000 people and caused a nuclear meltdown at the Fukushima power plant. And again, in Hawaii, a 5-foot wave has been reported in Maui and a 4-foot wave on the north shore of Oahu. Now, earlier, I did speak to Randall Collins, Director of Emergency Management in Honolulu.
We had a very aggressive preparedness plan and marking where those tsunami zones are. And you can drive around here in Honolulu and see those signs all over the island and know where those tsunami zones are. So people know where they should be safe and where they need to evacuate from. We've had a traffic plan on how to get people out of those tsunami zones with our police department. Our fire department stands ready to do search and rescue operations after the impacts come in. And all of our resources across the board are in safe areas now and ready to respond after the impacts.
And some good news from Hawaii. Around 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time, flights to Hawaii began to resume.